You can risk so much when you work for God. When you work for God, there is no I ain't. There is no I won't. You can think it. You can say you're going to act on it. But once you say yes to God, ain't no out. There is no out once you say yes to God. There is no out. Your life is to help others, and all you can get for your helping others in ministry is more trouble. Yes. You get trouble after trouble after trouble. Why? Because your job is to help someone else. Your job is to listen to someone else. Your job is to uplift someone else. My job is not for you to come to me and tell me what you're going through, and I end up telling you what I'm going through. That is not the job that I hold. The job that I hold is you come to me, and you should feel better after you talk to me than when you first came to me. So if you leave me all burdened and heavy, if you leave me all burdened and heavy, it's because I have dumped my stuff on you. So what would you do? You go tell your neighbor, don't go to Reverend Victoria. No matter what your problem is. Because God knows that woman got more problems than that woman's got more problems than you. So a dark night of the soul that David goes through must be what he talks about when he wrote the 23rd Psalm. Come on now. In the presence of mine enemy. The 23rd Psalm is a comforting psalm. It's a psalm that is read when people are in trouble. It's a psalm that is read at funerals. It's a psalm that is soothing whenever you read it. It has a comfort, it has a soothing effect on you. Because when David wrote the 23rd Psalm, he was going through something. But he never stopped saying that the Lord is my shepherd. Amen. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, 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 goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, because I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that is a psalm that everybody knows. The second to that is the Lord's Prayer. Everybody knows the Lord's Prayer. Because when you are in a certain predicament, when you find yourself in a particular space, you need to know that God is ever present. Whether you see him, see her, or not. Whether you feel him, feel her, or not. God is ever, ever present. And God will always set a beautiful table in the presence of your enemies. God will always put enough food on that table for you and for all your enemies. Because even in your family, everybody don't love you. sets a table for us in the wilderness. Yeah. In the wilderness of our lives, he sets a table for us. And on that table, there are many gifts. There are gifts for you and the enemy who sits with you. You never know who your enemy is. Jesus knew who his enemy was. But he sat with him at the table anyway. Yes, he did. So that when you think everybody is on your side, come on now, you must take charge of your life. As the young people would say, take care of your business. And forget about somebody else's business. Clean your house. And forget about looking into somebody else's house. Clean up your relationship instead of looking over there at somebody else's relationship. Honor your mother and your father and stop looking at the ones who are talking bad about your mother and your father. God puts everything on the table just for you. Because when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, when you walk through that valley, even your shadow leaves you in the shadow of death. Your shadow isn't with you when you're going through all that stuff, when you're not seeing the light. Your shadow leaves you. So therefore, when you are going through something in your life, mama left, daddy left, partner left, always know that God is in the midst of all of that. God is there because I don't care if it takes 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, whoever went astray, God is going to bring them back. Even if it's to your deathbed. But God will bring that person back for you to see. So don't think that God is not working for you in the background. Sometimes it's just our stubbornness. Sometimes it's just our pride that keeps us from allowing loved ones to reconcile with us. My deacon candidates are reading a book that they're falling in love with. Forgiving your family. The one who did the worst thing to you in my candidacy class, that's the one you've got to face. That's the one you've got to go and tell. You raped me when I was 5 years old. You raped me when I was 8 years old. You raped me when I was 13 years old. You broke my heart. You hurt me so bad that I've never been the same. That even though I am grown, every time in my lifetime, I go back to where you stunned my growth. In the presence of my enemies. You stunned my growth when you hurt me. You stunned my growth when you left the family and only left me and Mama by ourselves. You stunned my growth when you cheated with Aunt Mamie. You stunned my growth when you went to get cigarettes and never came back. You stunned my growth when you sneak in my bedroom after Mama went to bed to come in there and make a woman out of me and I'm a child. You stunned my growth. And whatever age that was, that's the age that you're stuck in until you forgive. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you to free you from the bondage of what you're going through, of what you have experienced. Forgiveness. That's the first thing Jesus said on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them, because when they took your childhood and your innocence away from you, they know not what they do. And forgive the ones you told who didn't believe you because they wanted to stay in that rotten relationship. Forgive them because they too were not free. In the presence of thine enemies. in the presence of those people on your job, in the presence of your family, in the presence of your church family, in the presence of your acquaintances, in the presence of those unemployed people you have to deal with who talk to you like you're nobody, in the presence of the newness of talking to 350 people, in the presence of my enemies. God